me. I've got my beautiful, beautiful mother with me today, which is just thrilling. Um, just on a note, I'm not getting a great audio feedback. So, Mom, if you need to say anything, put it in the chat box. Um, and then to everybody, welcome. This is the fourth day of my new morning practice with Olivia. Very grateful for all of your support, all your feedback, all the comments I've been getting. And hopefully this video is going to work. So I'm going to share it with you. Things to note. This is a donated space. Very grateful to Angela for donating it. On Monday, we were interrupted by a delivery, just very briefly, and that may happen. It's not something I have control over. So if I have to step away for a moment, that's just part of the nature of the space that we're in. And yeah, I'm very grateful to be here. I think that, when we start anything new, it's, the desire to get it going off the ground versus the things that we have to work out. But I've been very fortunate, and all of the mistakes that have been made have been really great learning curves. And I also really appreciate each of you who's getting this video today has in your way contributed to helping me understand those things better. And I continue to welcome any feedback because it's, this is a work in progress and it's a practice, not a perfection. So I'm just looking at my notes. It's been a week where we're moving towards the holidays. We're feeling the end of the season coming very much. I was in the park yesterday and it was raining a little here, and the leaves were falling out of the trees. And it reminds me also this week, course that I was doing for 4 weeks came to an end, and it's been an incredible course. And there's this sort of sadness when things end, but there's also a letting go and the gratitude for what it's brought to us. And I think the season of autumn and this season in general, as we move into winter, reminds us of, everything has a cycle, and it's fine to let things go, and it's beautiful, and we can love them. And I just felt really grateful for all of the things in my life. And I think this is such a great season as we watch the leaves fall away after all the life and all of the beauty that they've given us, to just appreciate that and also appreciate the beauty of the seasonal cycle. And so, yeah, I'm just feeling very lucky to be here. So I'm going to encourage you to come to a seat. We'll do a little meditation. I highly recommend sitting on a block. If you've got a block, if you don't have a block, you can use blankets or rolled up blankets. A blanket like this could be rolled in two, and you could just sit on that. What you're trying to do is basically prop your hips above your knees as you sit cross-legged. If that's uncomfortable in any way, just sit in a way that's comfortable for you. You can even sit in a chair. That's always fine for especially meditation, and even chair yoga. Chair yoga is a possibility. So yeah, so we're just going to gently close our eyes. And breathing is going to be normal. We just feel the breath circulating in the body. And you may want to take one hand to your heart, either on top of the heart and the other hand over top, or if you want to just keep your hands on your knees, that's fine. And as we continue to breathe here and feel our spine straighten, you can feel the energy in the palm of your hand connecting with the energy that's being emitted by your heartbeat underneath your hand, or just feel that if you're not touching your chest. And allow yourself a moment to just explore the feeling of your heart. And imagine you can feel there's a light inside your heart, and our hearts emit photons. And as we feel into our hearts, you can just imagine that light growing brighter. And as we breathe and sit tall here, The lightness inside of our hearts grows beyond our heart into our body, and it goes beyond the periphery of our body into the room. You can feel it spilling out almost like a ripple on a pond. It's got that shimmering quality as it shimmers and ripples out from the room into the street, into the neighborhood, wherever you are. That light from your heart ripples out and it encounters lights from other people's hearts. And this collective heart light covers the whole planet. I just encourage you to let's take a moment in silence and continue to feel that heart energy spreading out from us and connecting with others. If your mind is wandering here, just connect to your inhales and exhales. Feel the pulse of your heartbeat underneath your hands. Allowing the breath to deepen. Imagine you're breathing right to your peripheries. And as you exhale, that energy gets drawn right back into your heart. And you can slowly begin to open your eyes. Just softly focus in front of you. Just let your eyes be gentle. Take a nice deep breath in. And a nice deep breath out. And again, deep breath in. And deep breath out. So we'll do a little breath work before we get started with our movement practice. And I'm going to have us do a retained breathing exercise. We're basically going to inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and then exhale for 4 counts, and then hold for 4 counts. And I encourage you to explore the space between the inhale and the exhale, because that's really the interesting area. If at any point you are uncomfortable and need to take a breath or need to exhale, please do. Don't do anything that feels uncomfortable, but I'll count us through a few rounds and then I'll join you. So we'll get started. So we're going to take an inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Inhale, Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. I'm going to encourage you to take a few rounds on your own in your own time. It's really connecting to that breath. And the reason that we do these pranayama breathwork exercises is it gives our body and our nervous system a signal that you're in connection and you're feeling safe. It really acts as a stabilizer to the nervous system. Begin to allow your breath to return to normal. We'll just take a moment here before we begin practice again to just put a hand on our heart. And if there's anything or anyone or any situation that you would like to offer the benefit of your practice to today, and that person could actually be yourself, please just allow yourself to feel that. And then we'll just take a moment. This is a good moment to get a sip of water if you would like one. But we'll meet on the mat. Again, having 2 blocks and a blanket can be useful. The blanket's good for anything work that we do that's under the knees, and the blocks help with support as we move through practice. So I'll meet you over there on the mat in one moment. Just get yourself sorted. You can put your blanket to the side or have it nearby if you need it. I tend to just put my blocks at the top of the mat, but we're going to begin in a cross-legged position. I'm going to sit on my block and face you. And again, cross-legged could be with some support under your knees. Cross-legged could be just having your legs crossed. Whatever is comfortable for you in a way that you can sit here. You might want to, if you've been sitting cross-legged and you're not moving, you may want to stretch your legs out just a little bit. Just get some movement in there, or cross your legs in the different direction. And then we're just going to sit here and we'll do some basic breathing energy into our heart. So we're going to inhale, arms overhead, and hands meet in a prayer, and bring that energy down as you exhale into your heart. We'll do that again. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bring the energy into your heart. And again, inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, bring the energy into the heart. So we'll take a simple twist next. We'll inhale our arms overhead. We'll take our right hand, and the right hand's going to go behind us at the base of our spine. The left hand will come to the right knee, and we're just gently twisting to the right. Don't crank your body. It's just a gentle twist. This is a twist you can do in a chair quite easily. And use your inhale to feel the length in your spine, and your exhale just to deepen the twist very gently. Take another breath here. And exhale. You return back to the center. Inhale, arms overhead, and we'll twist to the left. The left hand at the base of the spine, the right hand to the left knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. On your next inhale, arms will come overhead. Your right hand is going to go out to the right side of you, and just feel free to place it somewhere that feels comfortable on your right side. And you're going to reach your left hand to the left, and you're going to draw a rainbow over your head. And just allow it to feel good. You can aim your heart center up towards the ceiling. Just a gentle side twist to side bend to the right. And what you really want to do here is feel your left hip point pressing into the ground, and then the line of energy from your left hip point to the tips of your left fingers. And then inhale, both arms come overhead. And then exhale, the left hand is going to come down and the right arm is going to reach to the right. And then we're going to draw a rainbow right above us. And the heart can beam up to the ceiling. And we're looking at that lovely rainbow above us as we feel our right hip point pressing into our block, pressing into the mat, and our right fingertips reaching, and we really feel that activation of the right side body. And continue to focus on that breath. If you have an Ujjayi breath practice, this is a great place to start. But otherwise, just breathe normally in a way that feels comfortable to you. And then we're going to inhale both arms overhead, and we'll exhale our hands by our side. And we're going to do one other thing. So inhale, arms out like a T, and your left elbow is going to come underneath your right, and you're literally just going to give yourself a hug here. So the hands, the fingers can grab the shoulder blades, and you're going to hug. And as you inhale, point those elbows up, and exhale, just curl in very gently. Inhale, lift, and exhale, curl in. Inhale, lift, and exhale, curl. And then we'll reach the arms out to the side. The right elbow is going to come underneath the left. We'll give ourselves a nice hug. It's good to give yourself a cuddle. Self-touch is very important for the nervous system. Nice deep breath in as the elbows lift. And as you exhale, just curl in gently. And inhale, elbows point up. Exhale, curl in. One more time. Inhale, elbows point up. And exhale, curl. Spine is going to come back to neutral. We'll just reach our hands by our sides, and then we'll get rid of the block, and we'll meet on the mat in a neutral tabletop position, which is hands and knees. I'll demonstrate. And you just want to find your neutral spine here. I'm just going to remove my sweatshirt. It's a little chilly in here, so I tend to need to sweatshirt as we begin, and then it doesn't matter. So we'll do a little cat-cow, and a cat-cow, as you do the cow, what you're doing is your spine is arching and your heart is beaming forward. You don't really want to crank up your neck, but your gaze will lift and your tailbone will lift as your belly drops. And then exhale, cat, curl right in. Push up between the space between your shoulder blades. Let your head drop, let your tailbone drop. And inhale, cat. And exhale, curl. And one more time, inhale, cat. And exhale, curl. And then we're going to take a moment in child's pose where our knees are going to be wide, toes will touch, and the hips just come back over top of the heels. And your forehead is just going to come down to the mat.
And just allow yourself a moment to rest and let things go. You can maybe wiggle your hips, maybe roll the forehead on the ground. And this is child's pose. This is a great pose, a resting posture that you can come into at any time during practice. Anytime you're feeling like you just need a rest or a break, I really encourage you to come to child's pose. So we'll inhale, we'll come back to tabletop with a neutral spine. We're going to place our hands at shoulder width, palms wide, fingers spread, and tuck our toes. And we'll come back to our first downward facing dog. The downward facing dog, the heels are going to point down, and you really want to feel your hands pressing into the mat and your feet pressing into the mat with the heels in a downward direction. But as it's our first downward dog of the day, I'd say keep a pretty generous bend in the knees. You can pedal out one leg to another. You're just pressing into your legs. There we go. And then we'll take a very nice deep bend, look forward to the top of the mat, and just slowly make little steps towards the top. And you find yourself in your forward fold. Feet are about hip width apart, and your head is just going to hang, and you're going to let your torso drape onto your thighs. So just bend your knees as much as you need to let your torso drape. And you can nod your head here, you can shake your head, you can hold on to your elbows and do a little swivel. Just allow yourself some movement. Be very gentle. And then we'll let that go and then just slowly roll up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, one at a time, coming to a neutral standing position. Take a big breath here and We're going to inhale our arms overhead and then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And we'll just rest the thumbs on the sternum for a moment. Feel if there's been a change in your heartbeat. Do you feel a slight quickening? And again, connecting to that intention, who, what, a situation in the world that you're sending the benefit of this practice to. On your next inhale, arms will come overhead, and you're going to exhale into your forward fold. So just as a flat back, draw that line of energy down, and you come back to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This is a really great place for blocks. You're really looking to just push the crown of the head forward. You're not really pushing your gaze forward, but the crown of the head, and really trying to find a nice extension of the spine. And we'll come through this pose quite a bit during the practice. So blocks can be very handy here if it feels too much on your hands. Exhale, just forward fold, and then place your hands back and step back to a downward facing dog. Again, pedal your dog out, gentle dog, not. And then we'll inhale our right leg up, and then exhale, bring your right foot between your hands and let your left knee come back to the mat. Just come down. Again, this is a great place to put a blanket under your knee if you need support under your knee, if you don't want to press it right into the mat. And you're going to press into your foot and press into your back foot and inhale, arms overhead, low lunge. And just feel the pressing into the earth and the reaching into the sky. The dual action, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. And then exhale, your hands can come down and frame your foot. Tuck your back toes, move your back knee back about an inch, and let's just bring some length into the front leg. You don't have to straighten it. I think we're just a gentle half split, so straighten to the degree that feels right to you. Again, this is in a really good place to have two blocks. It will allow you to access much more length. And you can add a little movement here. This is our first half split, so just let's be gentle. And then you're going to rebend that front knee and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Left foot comes between the hands, right knee comes down. And inhale, low lunge. Again, really pressing into that front foot, really pressing into the top of the back foot, into the mat, and reaching into the sky. As you inhale, you can really feel that length along the spine. And take one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale, hands frame the foot, back toes tuck, knee comes back about an inch or two, and then some gentle length in your front leg. And I would just add movement here. Don't go for a full straight extension. Little movement. And then rebend that front knee. Place your hands strongly and step back into your downward dog. Inhale, right leg up. Right foot between the hands. Back knee comes down. Inhale, low lunge. Take a good long breath here. And then we'll bring our prayer to our heart. You can put a little bit more activation into the front knee, the right knee, and almost come into more of a right angle degree. You can still let your hips drop. And then from here, we're just going to turn the torso to the right. The left elbow can hook on the right knee. And you just a nice gentle twist here. Back knees down, you're supported. And again, inhale to feel the length in the spine, and exhale can deepen the twist. And again, inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, we'll come back, frame the front foot, and we'll go back into that half split, lengthening the leg. Again, blocks can be very handy here if you need them. And then try and feel the length of a straight leg this time. And what we'll do is we'll inhale and we'll extend our spine, reaching up, and then exhale, fold over the leg. And we'll do that again. Inhale, extend the spine up. Exhale, fold over the leg. Inhale, extend the spine up. Exhale, fold over the leg. And then you're going to rebend that front knee and step back to your downward facing dog. Lift your left leg. Left foot comes between your hands. Right knee comes down. And again, it's reaching into our low lunge. Just take a moment, let yourself sink into your hips. Big breath in, big breath out. And bring your hands to your heart. And then you're going to turn and your torso, just think of it as your ribs to the left. And then your right elbow can hook on your left knee. And you're just doing a very gentle, supported twist. When you take your inhale, feel the spine lengthen. And as you exhale, just gently twist deeper. Inhale, lengthen. Gently twist deeper. And then inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Let's frame the front foot with your hands. Move your back knee back an inch and then bring your left leg to straight. Maybe move it a little bit. And then we'll do the lengthening and folding on our inhale and exhale. So inhale, lengthen the spine straight. And exhale, fold over the leg. Inhale, lengthen the spine straight. And exhale, fold over the leg. Inhale, lengthen the spine straight. Exhale, fold over the leg. And then allow your front knee to bend. Place your hands, step back to downward dog. We're going to take a moment here to feel our dog. Heels press towards the mat, hands push. And as you bend your knees, really bring awareness to your tailbone. The more you can tip your tailbone up, the greater the length you're going to attain in your spine. And you want to imagine there's a beautiful golden liquid just running along your spine from the tip of your tailbone to the crown of your head. And just smoothly, warmly running along the spine. And the more you bend your knees and access the length in that tailbone, the greater ease, that beautiful golden light liquid comes down your spine, dripping onto your mat from the crown of your head. Remember to knit your ribs in and roll your biceps out. And then the next inhale, we're going to bend our knees and look forward to the top of the mat and just step forward. You can find yourself in your forward fold. Nod your head, shake your head. You can do a wiggle. You can do a shiggle. You can do a giggle. It's all about finding some pleasure in the practice. Just get yourself wiggled and giggled. And then nod your head. And then we'll take a nice inhale to straighten the spine. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, push into your feet as you come up to rise. Hands come to prayer. Prayer comes to heart. And then we'll start again. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then we're going to step back to a plank. So your feet are going to be about hip width behind you. Your ankles are like they're pressing into a wall. Your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. You're really looking for a straight line of energy from your ankles to the top of your head. Avoid piking, avoid sagging. What you really want to do, and definitely put your knees down if doing a plank is too much as well. But you just want to find that length. We'll take one more breath here. And a great place to bring awareness is to find that space between your shoulder blades and kind of puff that up. As you puff that up, it kind of helps with the integrity of the spine. We'll place our knees down, and we're going to come down all the way onto our bellies. Take a nice inhale, take a nice exhale. And then we're going to take our fingers at either side of our mat, and palms will tent up. And then as we take an inhale, we're going to press into our fingers and look over the right shoulder. And then exhale, come down. And then inhale, look over the left shoulder. And then exhale, come down. And then inhale, just up the center. Exhale, come down. We're going to put our hands underneath our shoulders. You can either press up through your plank to downward facing dog. I'm just going to come to my knees and then tuck my toes and come to my downward facing dog. We're going to inhale our right leg up. Exhale, right foot comes between the hands. And we're going to spin the back heel down. So the back foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat, and the front foot bisects. The heel can either be on the same line as the back heel or bisect the foot. And then we're going to come up into a warrior two. Warrior two, your front leg is bent at a 90-degree angle and your back leg is straight. You really want to bring attention and activation to the edge of your back foot. So you're going to be here, and then your arms are going to come out to a T. And you can imagine my hands on the sides of your ribs, turning your body to the left side of your mat. And as I do that, you just reach your arms out, put a lot of energy into your arms, and then you're just going to turn your gaze, nothing else, over your right hand. Everything else stays centered. We'll take a few breaths in warrior two. And exhale. On your next inhale, you're going to flip the front palm, reach forward, and then exhale back into your reverse warrior. It's a really great place to feel the length of the right side body. You can drop your hand onto your head or neck, and then with your left hand, you're going to take that right elbow and just not yank it, but just give it a little gentle guidance. Again, waking up that right side body, feeling the length. Take another inhale here. Exhale. On your next inhale, we'll come back to warrior two. And we're going to straighten the front leg and we're going to go into triangle. So triangle, your feet are in the same position they were in warrior two, but both legs are straight. Your arms are at a T. And to get into, the best way to get into triangle is to really begin to reach that right arm forward. Just let the body follow. Just continue to reach, and reach as far forward as you can. And then you let your hand come down either to a block or to your ankle or the mat. It's really up to you. The important thing is to keep an open chest. So use a block if it allows you to maintain the length and openness of your chest. If you find yourself curling or bending, definitely get support. And we'll just stay in triangle for a moment. You can turn your gaze up if that's comfortable. If it isn't, and if you feel anything in your neck at all, keep looking either forward or down. You want your neck to be comfortable. You can just imagine your heart center beaming up. And then on your next inhale, we're going to windmill our arm down, and then I'm going to have you pivot onto the ball of your back foot. So you come into a runner's lunge. Your heart beam is pressing forward, your front knee is bended, your right knee is bended, and your back leg is straight. And this is just a basic runner's lunge. And then we'll step back to downward facing dog. And lift the left leg. Left foot will come between the hands. And then the right foot will spin down. So the heel is on the floor, the back foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. And you come up into your warrior two. Again, that front knee is bent at a 90-degree, back leg is extended. Really bring awareness and presence into the edge of your back foot. Sink a little deeper. And again, imagine my hands are on your torso, turning you to the right. So your full body is facing the right. Your arms are reaching out, and all that turns is your gaze over your left hand. We'll take a few breaths here. Sink a little deeper. Keep pressing into those feet. Feel the energy pushing into the feet as the spine lifts into the sky. The awareness of that dual action. And one more inhale here. Exhale. On your next inhale, you're going to flip your front palm, reach forward, and then back into your reverse warrior. Take one breath just here in reverse. And then again, let your hand fall either to your head, your neck. Your left elbow is pointing up, and your right hand, just gently hold on to that elbow. And you're not yanking, you're just gently guiding, just to give a slightly more length along the left side body. Feel free to deepen your bend in your front leg and feel the length. Take another inhale and exhale back to your warrior two. And then your legs are going to both straighten. And then we're going to go into triangle again. Your feet position have not changed. If it is comfortable, you may want to move your feet a little bit closer for triangle. Arms extend, and you're just going to reach forward, really bending in that hip crease. Reach forward, and then find your triangle. Again, this is a really great place for a block. And you can imagine that the two top thighs, your front top thigh turning out, and your back top thigh turning in, almost as if you were trying to squeeze a block between your thighs. You really want to feel that kind of energy activation. And again, the energy is really pressing into the ground as your hand and your arm reaches up. Your chest and gaze can go up, but please do what is correct and safe for your neck.
looking forward, looking down. Take a nice big breath here. Exhale. And we're going to spin that hand down as we go onto the ball of our back foot and just come into a basic runner's lunge. And then step back to downward dog. Do a little pedal out here. If you'd like to take a vinyasa, you come to plank, or you put your knees down, you come to the mat. You could do upward dog, take a little cobra, and then press back to downward dog. And do one more. Let's lift that right leg. Bring the right hand between the hand, the right foot between the hands. Spin up into your warrior two. Reach forward, reverse warrior. Come back into your warrior two. Straighten your front leg. And we'll go into triangle. And from triangle, you're going to look down. You can either stay here. We're going to come into half moon pose. A block can be very handy here. It's going to be about a foot in front of your foot. So you're going to have it here, have your hand, and your left hand is going to be on your left hip. And you're really just bringing your weight into your right leg and lifting the left leg up. Hand comes up, gaze can come up, but do what feels most supportive for you. Find your half moon, or just stay in triangle. They're very similar poses. The half moon just builds with the balance. Slowly bend your front knee and gently step back to your warrior two. And then we're going to windmill our arms, come into our runner's lunge briefly as we step back to downward facing dog. And then lifting your left leg. Left foot comes between the hand, right heel spins down. Come up to your warrior two. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reverse the warrior. Inhale, back to warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Exhale, triangle. And again, just stay in triangle and feel the pose, feel the length in the different parts, or bring your right hand to your right hip. Begin to bend into your left knee and let your left hand find the block. Bring the weight into your leg and bring your right leg up. It's going to be parallel to the ground. Energize that back foot, and you can raise the right arm. Really feel the energy coming from your heart, pushing in all directions, going into the earth, going out of your back foot, reaching up and out of your hands, and pouring out the crown of your head. So your energy is going in all four directions. And then slowly begin to bend that front knee and gently step back to downward dog, warrior two. Spin your warrior two to your runner's lunge. Heart beams forward for a moment and then step back to downward facing dog. You can come to plank and go through a vinyasa, or just stay in downward dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward to the top of the mat, and make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, crown points forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms overhead, hands come to prayer. Exhale, prayer to heart. We'll take a moment to do some balance work. If balance is tricky, have a wall nearby. We're just going to do tree. So what you're going to do, we're going to bring our weight into our right leg. And if you have a balance issue, your right hand is going to be on a wall. So bring that weight into your right leg, and then you bring your left leg up, and your foot's just going to come into your thigh. And you really want the thigh and the foot to press together. You don't want your hips to kind of splay out to the side. You want them really pressing in and the hip points pointing forward. Hold on to the wall if that helps. You can bring your hands to prayer. You can raise your branches into the sky. It's a good moment to connect with how rooted you are to the ground and how the heart can beam up into the sky, and you feel that dual energy again. Heart reaches up, and imagine that root going deep into the earth out of the sole of your foot. And bring your hands back to prayer, prayer to heart, and you can let that go. We'll do the other side. If you've got one wall, just about face and just turn the other way. To continue to face you. So bring your weight into your left leg. Your right foot is going to place on your inner thigh. And again, they're going to press together. Try not to let your hips kind of lean, but be on a parallel track. Hip points parallel, pointing forward. You don't want your leg coming out to the side. It's sort of on a diagonal to the right diagonal. Again, this time your left hand would be on the wall. And then arms could either come to prayer or grow your branches. Again, feeling the root of your being pouring out of the sole of your foot deep into the earth as your heart extends to the sky. There are these beautiful little starry chips in the ceiling here that are just gorgeous. I've never noticed them before. All right, and you're going to bring your prayer together, bring your prayer back to your heart, and let your foot go. So we're going to just meet on the mat. Just sit down on your mat, and you're going to have your right leg out to the right, and just similar, we have our left leg. The foot is going to be against the right thigh, and your left knee will be bent. And you're just going to orientate your body towards your left knee. So just feel the length of your spine, feel your left knee, and then your arms will come out to a T, and you're going to reach forward over that right foot. Reach, 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 reach. And again, just let your hand fall wherever it is. And with the left hand, you're going to draw that rainbow again over top. Let yourself draw the rainbow over top. And again, the heart beams up. And what we're really looking for is length here. It's great. I love grabbing my foot. It's a wonderful thing. But I really encourage us actually to let our heart be expansive here. Open to the sky. Let your heart center be open. And then use that left arm reaching from the hip point to the tip of your fingers to really create more extension in that lift. Take another breath here. And as you exhale, you're just going to come back with your arms at a T. You're going to tuck that left foot right by your right hip, and you're going to take your right leg and just put it over top of your left leg. So your right leg, your knee is bent, and your right foot is by your left knee. Your left foot is by your right thumb. And you give yourself a bit of a hug. Hug that knee. Always good to give yourself a cuddle. I recommend doing it at least 100 times a day. Okay, and so we're going to hold that knee. Raise your right arm and put that right hand again at the base of the spine. We're going to raise our left arm, and you can either just hold your knee in, or you can hook the elbow, and just that will help facilitate the twist. And again, you really want to twist from your torso more than anything. You can add the head at the last moment, but definitely don't crank the neck. Just gently twist and use your inhale to lengthen and your exhale to twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. And gaze comes back to the front. You can let the clasp go. Take both of your hands and place them to the left in a small counter twist. We'll just stay here for a moment. And so we're going to go to the other side. And so keep your hands here, press them into the earth, and then press your feet. And you begin to draw a semicircle behind you with the paths of your hands. Just let them draw a semicircle, come up into your feet, and you'll find as you come to the other side, your left knee will be underneath and your right leg will be over top. It's magic. It happens every time, but it's magic. And again, I encourage you, give yourself a bit of a cuddle here. Always a good thing. And then we'll hold our left knee with our right hand. Inhale, left arm comes up, and that's going to go at the base of your spine. Inhale, right arm will come up. You can either hold the knee or hook it with your elbow and just gently twist. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to twist. Inhaling to lengthen, exhale to twist. Allow your gaze to come back to the front. Let the twist go. Then we'll just kick that left leg out to the left. Press your right foot into the thigh. And again, orient the torso over the right knee. Hands come to a T. Lean, 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 lean. Let the hand fall and draw a rainbow over your head. And again, feel the length of the right side body as your right hip point presses into the mat and you reach into your right fingertips. Really waking up the side body. Allow your heart to beam upwards to the sky, to the ceiling. And just feel the openness and expansiveness of the heart center. Take another deep breath in here. And exhale. We're going to come up to vertical. Our arms are wide. We'll do one final forward fold. I'm going to do an Upavishta, which is a straddle forward fold. The legs are out either side. You can also have your legs straight in front. A block can be very useful here. Straight spine, take the flesh out from underneath your sit bones and then allow yourself to fold forward. If you find yourself curving, definitely just put this block here and rest your head on the block. We'll do a little forward fold. Take a nice, allow yourself to just go inward for a moment as you fold down. Nice deep breaths in, nice deep breaths out. You're going to press into your hands. Push your hands towards yourself. And we'll come into Shavasana or take a seated meditation here. If you're taking a seated meditation, very much like we started, you'll be on a block or a blanket for support on your hips and just let your hands fall either palms up or palms down, your eyes closed, focus on your breathing, focus on your heart center. If you're coming into Shavasana, you're going to orient your feet towards the top of your mat and you're just going to lie down on your back. And your arms will come to your side and your palms will face up. Shavasana is corpse pose. So what we're doing here is nothing. This is the intentional letting go. So as we settle in, make sure you're comfortable. If you're cold, cover yourself with a blanket. Allow each part of your body to melt and relax deep into the earth. This is a great pose for recognizing where we might be gripping or holding. Just let everything go. Be here for a few minutes. Just allow yourself to release and let go. Might start to gently feel the movement of air across your skin. Allow your breath to deeply enter and deeply leave. And bringing awareness back to the tips of your fingers, bringing awareness back to the tips of your toes. Maybe invite some movement. If you're in seated meditation, just maybe moving your torso a little bit, maybe your neck. If you're in Shavasana, roll to one side and slowly make your way to a seat, gently allowing the head to come up with care and love. We'll all meet in a seated meditation. So, how do you feel? How's your body? Let's bring our hands to our heart again, either one palm over the other or prayer with the thumbs touching the sternum. And I invite you to connect with your heart energy. We'll do, because it's the last day of the first week, we'll do a little chanting. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. The Sanskrit that literally means, may all beings everywhere in the world be happy and free. I will do a word and then repeat it. You can repeat it with me. We'll do it once, one word each, and then the second time, two words together, and then the third time, all four. So I'll begin. Loka, loka, samasta, samasta, sukhino, sukhino, bhavantu, bhavantu, loka, samasta, loka, samasta, sukhino, bhavantu, sukhino, bhavantu. And then all together, loka, samasta, sukhino, bhavantu, loka, samasta, sukhino, bhavantu. And I encourage you to let the vibration of the words resonate in your heart. We'll do one final clearing breath and an Om. Inhale, exhale, and inhale for Om. Om. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today and for all of your support this week. And I hope to see you here. Much more to come. This is very exciting. Have a beautiful day and just Be in your heart. Love you all so much. Take care.